St. Andrews-Wesley United Church is located in the heart of Vancouver and provides a hub for art, spirit, and social justice in the city. While worship and faith exploration is important to our church, central to the United Church expression of faith is the need to work on bringing peace, love, and justice to the world. As part of that work, the United Church has been sponsoring refugees since 1979. St. Andrews-Wesley has been sponsoring refugees and helping them resettle in Vancouver, and has supported families, children, men, women, and LGBTQ folks from countries all over the world.
In November 2010, St. Andrews-Wesley, had an urgent appeal to consider a refugee sponsorship from the Al-Hol camp in Syria. We heard this appeal, and after church one Sunday, we had an informal meeting. And by the end of that meeting, there was a unanimous decision to sponsor a Palestinian refugee, a young couple, with their baby. And they arrived in April 2011. For us, that was the beginning again. Since then, we have sponsored 15 refugees from Syria, Uganda, and Iraq. But we have also accompanied 20 other refugees, and these were sponsored by the federal government or they were asylum seekers.
Sponsorship involves paperwork, fundraising, and keeping in contact with sponsorees, many who spend years in dangerous and uncomfortable refugee camps. Once they arrive, finding them housing, employment, schooling, and all the service providers, such as doctors and dentists, begin.
When the person or families arrive, we go to the airport to welcome them, and on the same day that they arrive, if the timing is okay, we try to have a celebration, breaking bread together. We accompany them and go, first one to do is Service Canada to get the social insurance number. So that's a really important piece. And then the next one, maybe on the same day or the next day, hopefully not tiring them out too much, we go open up a bank account, either at a credit union or a local bank. Other things that we do is help them obtain BC ID, because they always need 2 pieces of ID. We also hook them up to a dentist or a doctor, so that they can get, necessary medical services if they're needed. With families that have children, we will help them access the child tax benefits, because they are eligible for those as settled refugees. We also orientate them to the transit system. To date, I would say that everyone that we have sponsored or accompanied, they've all secured employment. And I would say for myself, my greatest pleasure in all of this is that 3 years after arrival, they go and get their citizenship.
Each person that we sponsor brings their unique gifts, talents, and abilities to Vancouver, and their own story for why they want to begin a new chapter of their life.
I came to Vancouver from Lebanon, and the UN, I applied there, I put my paper, I put my story, what I have, and whatever thing happened to me in the past. And they decided to send my file to Canada Embassy. I went there, I met the general there. We talked about why I have been in Lebanon and what happened to me in the past, and why I am supposed to be going to Canada. It's so nice to live in Vancouver because the community is very friendly. They accept me who I am, not who I was, who I am now.
The challenge I have is like Turkey. It's kind of like depressed before I have a sponsor. It's kind of scary. Lots of kind of support. Like I have it like psychological, moral, material term, uh, term like all this. It's more than I say that's in some words, like or like if I say that's in more like 1 page or 2 page. Uh, Another thing's like all people works in church. They help me about many things like finding home, and the church helped me to pay rent for 1 year and about the food, uh, all this stuff. Uh, is it more than I say emotionally, more than I say is lovely, more than like more everything. I have family now. I don't feel I am alone here at all.
Lately, more and more LGBTQ refugees have been prioritized by the Canadian government and by partner organizations, as they are often at risk at the refugee camps. St. Andrews-Wesley has been partnering with organizations like Rainbow Refugees and the Rainbow Foundation of Hope in order to support LGBTQ refugees.
In addition to just maybe an economic situation or some politics, there's the additional threat which comes to them through their being just gay or lesbian or transgendered people in their home communities.
Rainbow Refugee Society is a Vancouver-based charity. We started the work in the year 2000 with the mission and vision of creating a safer place for LGBTQI people and communities as well, for people who are fleeing sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and HIV-positive persecution. So the sponsorship team create a pathway for people living in Canada, people being able to support someone to move here. And we were able to create more than, like now currently we have more than 20 circles active, and we are waiting for more than 20 people to move here, hopefully when the travel restriction will be lifted. So, and we were able to support as well circles over 25 cities across Canada to create their own circles of hope with the help of other organizations as well. We usually ask a circle to raise up to $25,000 to sponsor one person for 12 months. And of course, this amount will change when it's a couple or a family.
I think what's not spoken about enough is how the sponsorship relationship changes everyone who's involved. So all of the people who fundraise, who participate, who accompany, their lives are touched and transformed by the journey. Hundreds of residents from across Metro Vancouver have come together to sponsor and support refugees. But there are so many more waiting for help. Consider donating or volunteering today.